breakfast, my good evening and welcome to the Max Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. Well, I'm recording this show a few weeks early because in theory I should be in Ireland still, though heading back to the Isle of Man tomorrow, so we're staying tonight somewhere on the coast near Larne called Cushendon. I hope we've had a nice time. I'll start tonight's show with Clifton Chenier, the Zydeco legend, from a new compilation called The King of Zydeco. And this is The Big Wheel. So that was Clifton Chenier, the King of Zydeco. Something very different now. This is a track from what's probably my favourite album this year so far. It's by Amy Leach and Alistair Paul, and this is Herd Laddie.
Talk not of your sailors, your fine clerks and tailors. They may be fine fellows, but they're nathan to me. But the herd lads say saucy, snares the heart o' a lassie. They're stout and they're supple, they're stout and they're supple, they're stout, they're supple, they're handsome and free. When they're routing their polities are the eyes o' the ladies. They sparkle and glint in their innocent glee. But out on the mountain or by the clear fountain, as licht as a wild deer, as licht as a wild deer, as licht as a wild deer, they're bound, I say, free. Some lure the gay blooming eye, I ken he's a true man. And blithe he whistles along the green lea, but the lad with the collie, I lexham and jolly, is dearer and sweeter, is dearer and sweeter, is dearer and sweeter by far to me. The heather through fair and foul weather, as foremost he stands in my heart and my ear. And I'll think I whip a ride on the lad by my side, and tenderly loo him, and tenderly loo him, and tenderly loo him, till he o'er the addy.
Really lovely music from Amy Leach and Alistair Paul. Next is a track by the Firelight Trio. And I'm playing you this, not just because it's a great piece of music, but also because when I first listened to it, I think it's the fourth part of the first tune, made me think of Eunice Egavona. But the more I've listened to it now, the less I'm sure of any similarity. See what you think. There's two tunes here, Life on the Road and 6 Weeks to Nameste, from a new album they've just released. Now, with being away the last couple of weeks, I missed the Lady Nade Sings Nina Simone concert at the Centenary Centre in Peel. I'm sure it was a great night, and I'm going to play a track by Nina Simone, and it's her amazing version of Dylan's Just Like Tom Thumb Blues. This was actually one of the songs that I sang at Dylan at the Institute, but I've no intention of playing you any of my singing on the show. So instead, and significantly better, here's Nina Simone.
When you're lost in Juarez and it's Easter time too, and your gravity fails and negativity don't pull you through, don't put on any airs when you're down on Rue Morgue Avenue. They've got some hungry women there, and man, they'll really make a mess out of you. If you see St. Annie, tell her thanks a lot. I cannot move and my fingers all in a knot, and I haven't got the strength to get up and take another shot. And my best friend, the doctor, won't even say what it is I've got. Sweet Melinda, the peasants call her the goddess of gloom. She speaks good English and she invites you up into her room. And you're so kind and careful not to go to her too soon. And then she takes your voice and leaves you howling at the moon. Up on Project Hill, it's either fortune or fame. You can take one or the other, though neither of them are to be what they claim. And if you're looking to get silly, you'd better go back to from where you came, because the cops don't need you, and man, they expect the same. All the authorities, they just stand around and boast how they blackmail the sergeant at arms into leaving his post and picking up my brother Carl, who just arrived here from the coast. looked so fine at first, but left looking just like a ghost. Well, that's it, folks. That's it. Well, I started out on Burgundy, but soon hit the harder stuff. Everybody said they'd stand behind me when the game got rough. Ah, but the joke was on me. There was no one there even to bluff. I'm going back to New York City. I do believe I've had enough.
Isn't that amazing? Nina Simone with Dylan's Just Like Tom Thumb Blues. This is a lovely track too, The Banks of Sweet Dundee by the Outside Track.
It's of a farmer's daughter, so beautiful and told. Her parents died and left her 500 pounds in gold. She lived all with her uncle, was the cause of all her woe. So soon you'll hear this maid so fair, who caused his overthrow. Her uncle had a ploughboy, young Mary loved farewell. 'Twas in her uncle's garden some tales of love they tell. But there was a wealthy squire who after came to see, but still she loved her ploughboy on the banks of sweet Dundee. 'Twas early one May morning when Mary's uncle rose, straight away to Mary's room so speedily they go. It's rise you up, young Mary, a lady you will be. The squire's waiting for you on the banks of sweet Dundee. Oh, I don't want your squires, nor lords or dukes likewise. Really he appeared to me like diamonds in my eyes. Be gone unruly female, you ne'er shall happy be, for I will banish William on the banks of sweet Dundee. The press gang came to William, he was all alone. He boldly fought for liberty, though there was 10 to 1. The blood it flew in torrents. Oh, kill me now, said he. I'd rather die for Mary on the banks of sweet Dundee. This maid one day was walking, lamenting for her love. She met the wealthy squire down in her uncle's grove. He put his arms around her. Stand off, said she, who sent the only lad I love from the banks of sweet Dundee. He clashed his arms around her and tried to throw her down. 2 pistols and a sword she spied beneath his morning gown. Young Mary took the pistols and the sword he used so free, and she did fire and shot the squire on the banks of sweet Dundee. Her uncle overheard and hastened to the ground. And since you killed the squire, they ceased to mourn the day it was appointed. They joined their hands so free. Now they live in splendor on the banks of sweet Dundee. Now they live in splendor on the banks of sweet Dundee.
So that was the outside track with the banks of Sweet Dundee. Next up, I've just got my copy of the new album by Topette. That's with 2 exclamation marks. The album's called Tazon, or Tazon, and this English and European dance band are really on fine form on this record. I'm going to play a couple of tracks from it tonight. And on this first track, the tunes are 3 tambourets: Dombre, Ruthie Bosch, and Sans Elle. something, isn't it? That's Topette from their new album Tazon. Tazon? I'm not sure. What I can tell you is that title hails from the local dialect of Berry in central France, where Tazon, or Tazon, is the slang term for a partygoer who, at 10 p.m, announces they're leaving just after one more drink. Yet somehow it's 4 a.m. and they're still about to have one more for the road. Topette are fiddler James Delaire, accordionist Andy Cutting, of course, the amazing bass of Barnes Stradling, Julian Cartenet on banjo, and Lawrence Hunt on percussion. Another track from that quite soon. First though, a few weeks ago I played you a track from the new album Wakefire, a summer album by Lady Masery, Jimmy Aldridge and Sid Goldsmith. Here's another one, The Ant and the Grasshopper.
The ant and the grasshopper, everyone knows how the story goes. How the ant was diligent, never spent anything lightly. He laboured wisely and gathered his stores for tomorrow. As for the grasshopper, clad in the summer sunshine, light as the wind on the broken water, his song he gave to the summer days, singing, where the dance leads I'll follow. Then came a hard winter, nothing grew, and the cold wind blew, but the ant was safe and sound underground, carefully counting his pile around him, dividing his time until tomorrow. Now see the grasshopper blown by the north wind's fury, hungering for the easy summer. It comes to the ant and says, my brother, give me bread, for now it's the dance that I must follow. Why did you waste the summer? Summer won't last forever. You're just an idle beggar. You must pay the price, sacrifice. You wouldn't heed me. You took life easy. Now take the punishment that follows. Now see the grasshopper reel like a dry leaf falling, weaving a dance that will last forever. Back goes the ant to his nest, to work, to feed, to rest. For him there will always be tomorrow. Summer won't last forever. 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 The ant and the grasshopper, everyone knows how the story goes. How the ant was diligent, never spent anything lightly. He laboured wisely and gathered his stores for tomorrow. As for the grasshopper, clad in the summer sunshine, light as the wind on the broken water, his song he gave to the summer days, singing, where the dance leads I'll follow.
That's a fantastic track, isn't it? That's Lady Masery and Jimmy Aldridge and Sid Goldsmith. It's Sid on lead vocals there. I love his voice in this context, and also, of course, in Taran as well. I was browsing through the Culture Van in Manx Music page, and there are links to various recordings of Manx musicians on SoundCloud, Bandcamp and Spotify, etc. And found this lovely set of tunes, the Fatherby Jig, Tardik Veg e Yanu Di Mai, Three Little Boats and Kari Fuzi, and it's a recording that Kaz Doherty did back in 2012, I think, with Mark Cleater. I strongly suspect you're also hearing Tom Collister and Adam Rhodes, and probably Russ Cowan as well, amongst others perhaps, but it doesn't say in the notes. I'm not sure where else this is released, but it does say it was for a new Manx compilation CD, but I don't recognise this particular track from any that I have. Anyway, it's great. Kaz Doherty and Co. Fatherby. wonderful Manx tunes there. Ones that you're quite likely to hear in a session. Now, as I say, I'm recording this show a couple of weeks ahead, so I don't know details of everything that's happening anytime soon. But I do know that the O'Donnell session will be happening on Wednesday night in Douglas from about 8:45, the Mitre session in Ramsey on Friday night from about 8:45, and there will be a Sunday afternoon session, but it's best to check on social media where that one's likely to be. Let's have that second track from the new Topette album. These are Scottishes, or is it Scottishes? I'm never too sure. Rastra per Rod and Harling Drove. excellent Topette are on tour throughout the UK in June, and in fact are one of the dance bands at Shrewsbury Folk Festival this year, so I'll go along and enjoy their music. But as anyone who knows me, I'm not much of one for dancing, but you never know. After all that joyful stuff, here's a slightly harrowing, long song by Martin Carthy. I played you quite a long one from him a few weeks ago, and it reminded me of this, The Death of Young Andrew, from 1979, because it's there. This is quite a violent tale, but I think it's one of the best things he's done, and it lasts over 8 minutes. Good luck.
One night as I lay on my bed, a dreadful draught of sleep I drew. For I dreamed as all the trees turned brown, that I saw the death of young Andrew. For the moon shone bright and it gave good light. Welcome, she cries, my honey, my sweet. For 7 long years you have been gone. I thought chance was we'd never more meet. And he's ta'en her all in his arms, and there they kissed both cheek and chin. And they loved sweet and they loved long, before that one was two again. And oh, my love, and sweet my love, and dear my love, if you love me, go fetch me some of your father's gold. The time has come that we was away. Now she's run down to her father's hall, for well she knew where his good gold lay. So swiftly she's returned again, she's counted it out all down by his knee. But he's ta'en her with a lily white hand, and he's led her up the hill so high. But oh, the smiles they fell from his mouth, as dark and grim there grew his eye. Take off your velvet gown, deliver it here over to me. For I've a love in a far, far land, that I love far, far more than thee. Take off your silken robe, deliver it here over to me. For I've a love in a far, far land, and I've been too long gone from she. Oh, my love, and sweet my love, and love Andrew that lay with me. You loved me sweet and you loved me long, so why do you now love betray? But he's drawn out his good long sword, and he's placed it twixt her nose and her chin. Cries, you may die on the point of this, or you may run naked home again. And all the bitter tears down fall, as down her clothes fell at his feet, and the body lately so deep in love, a hiding place from shame did seek. mother's door, she's naked as the day she's born. Oh, rise, rise and let me in, for the night winds whip me to the bone. But up and spoke her own father, all where he lay in his high bedroom. All that thief and whore is at my door, let no one rise and let her in. But when he's waked in the bright morning and all the birds began to sing, he spied his daughter lying dead, she's dead and cold as any stone. And all the bitter tears down fall as 7 sons stood all around, crying, why's our sister lying dead, and why did you not let her in? Sworn a solemn oath, and they have sworn by earth and sky, that they would take this young Andrew, and that he would wish for the day he'd die. And up they rose, these 7 brothers, and they chased him deep into Wales, where they caught him by such a while, that now he must tell no more tales. For there he stood, this young Andrew, like any fox they ringed him round, crying, we've not come for our father, but for the sister you done down. To them they broke his legs, and to them broke his collarbone, and 2 of them broke his 2 arms, they leaned him back all against a stone. And up and rose the eldest one, saying, see the pity we show thee, for you ne'er shed our sister's blood, so we'll not do that unto thee. And they took up their father's gold, and they laid it out in young Andrew's sight, saying, guard this well, your young Andrew, defend it well from the wolves this night. Left this young Andrew as naked as the day he's born, saying, men will strip you to the skin, but the wolves will strip you to the bone.
Well, after that rather depressing tale, I'm going to leave you with some Scottish dance tunes. These are by Donald Black and Malcolm Jones from an album called Close to Home. The track's called Harper on the Harp. It's The Gardens of Skye, Dorothy Lur's Jig, The Night at Glenzea, and Walking on the Moon. So put on your dancing shoes, find a partner, and move the furniture out of the way. I'll be back next week to play more great folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world, and I do hope that you'll join me then.
love.